As a bride, it's super hard for us to know every single part of the wedding and understand how everything works, how to budget for everything. The idea behind Bridal Club is for us to get all the answers and interview these vendors for you so you don't have to do the hard work.
Hi, my name is Andrea, and besides of being recently married, I own the leading company in bouquet preservation in the world. It is when connecting with my clients that I felt the need to serve them and help them navigate this new and exciting journey. On this podcast, we bring you everything you need to know to plan the wedding of your dreams. We'll be featuring conversations with top wedding vendors and valuable tips and advice from real couples. Whether you're engaged or simply love, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's get started on this journey to your perfect wedding day. Welcome to the club, to Bridal Club.
Happy holidays, you guys. I cannot believe this year is about to end. We had some incredible vendors here on Bridal Club. I am so happy that we were able to connect with so many of them. They have been hand selected because we have either worked with them, me personally for my own wedding, and some of them we have just admired their work from afar for a very long time. So I was able to reach out to them, convince them basically to be on this podcast so they could teach you a lot of what they do. As a bride, it's super hard for us to know every single part of the wedding and understand how everything works, how to budget for everything. The idea behind Bridal Club is for us to get all the answers and interview these vendors for you so you don't have to do the hard work. I just so wish that I had this podcast through the planning process because, again, we're interviewing the top vendors in the entire country. We are reflecting on this year. I came up with 5 different topics that we discussed with some of our vendors that are not necessarily a must for your wedding. Like, they're not required, just like flower preservation. Do you need these beautiful products I have in the back of this video? They'll serve my wedding flowers will serve? No, I don't. But trust me, you will not regret getting them. We're going to start with number 5, in no particular order, by the way. Wedding content creator. If you don't have one, I 100% recommend getting one, especially if your wedding is like a silent wedding where nobody's allowed to use their cell phones. Hiring a content creator for my wedding was one of the best decisions. I will say that it was the very last vendor that I hired. The reason why I loved having one is because your photographer and videographer are going to be doing 2 very different things, but they typically normally have a list of shots they have to take, especially your photographer. And of course, they're going to have like some candid moments that they're going to take and it's going to be amazing. They likely are going to give you all your gallery until a few months after it happened, maybe a month, maybe more months. I don't know. It honestly depends on what photographer you're hiring. The videographer though, mine took 6 months. And just something to keep in mind is that even though they recorded the whole entire day, I only got about 3 minutes from the whole day. Now, I wanted to get more of the film. While I did get it, I had to pay basically double what I had originally paid. To me, it was worth it, but honestly, it was super, super expensive. But what you will be getting is behind the scenes that if you don't have that person capturing, you are likely gonna miss out. I will say that the very first person who sent me a photo of my husband and I after the wedding was actually my wedding content creator. I'm not one who will dance in front of the camera, TikTok videos and stuff like that. But if you are, and if you do want to get those shots, transitions and whatnot, your wedding content creator is going to have those shots and she's going to tell you when the perfect moment to shoot those videos will be. Also, again, if you interview them and you feel like it's going to be a great relationship, which it should, needs to talk to your planner, your photographer, and videographer. They're going to have to be working together to make sure that nobody's like stepping on each other's toes in a way. And lastly, when I hired my content creator, she was also helping me with a lot more things than just creating shots for the wedding. So for instance, as soon as I put my wedding dress, my dress was a little bit wrinkled. So she helped me take it off, and like steam it really quick. And, she was helping me with my veil and my hair and whatnot. So again, keep that in mind when you're hiring a content creator. She should be able to be basically like your wedding BFF that's going to follow you around. Let your guests truly enjoy the wedding without them having to feel like they have to shoot every piece of it. If you want to refer back to that episode, it's number 13 with Jalabu. Check out this summary of that interview so you can get an idea of what that episode is about.
This idea of wedding content creators is new, as in the newest, hottest vendor, if you will. What it is offering is you have your wedding photographer who's telling a story that are iconic moments from your day that will live in Foreverland, right? Then you have your wedding videographer who's telling your love story as a film. And then you have this element of social, which is instant micro moments. And in my opinion, you get to relive that experience as a guest of your own wedding 24 to 48 hours after you just lived it.
Number 4, a vendor that you probably do not think about. I certainly never did until after the wedding. Wedding lighting. Wedding lighting is so important. If you're watching this video, I know a lot of you are just listening on Spotify, but if you're actually watching, I have 2 different lightings to make sure that I look decent. So obviously lighting is so important, not only for photos, but also to create a good ambience. For my wedding, I needed to highlight the things that were important to me. So a lot of the lights throughout the entire day, which again, they will be changing throughout the day. We'll be focusing on the flowers just because the flowers was kind of like my wow factor in my wedding. The person responsible for the lights at your wedding need to do the same. Austin Smith, incredible guy. He has a lot of experience. If you listen to episode 15, you'll understand. He's super, super passionate and you can tell. And you want to hire people that are that passionate about what they do. Trust me.
Here's a quick glimpse of that episode.
She's changing out of her wedding dress and into her dancing dress. They're taking off her heels and putting on some Nikes that light up. He's taking the bow tie off. The guys are over getting ready, taking a shot, getting ready to come out to the dance floor. And we're going to tear this thing up. And we're going to have the lighting up in the front by the dance floor completely change, bringing in, like I said, the different special effects that I have that are normally used for your clubs and use them for rodeos and different tours and festivals and stuff like that. People that are getting married are a little bit younger now, 27 to 30, 32. And a lot of those people have been going to music festivals their entire life. A lot of those people want to bring kind of that club laser atmosphere, some sort of special effect, some sort of wow factor. I love it. That's where I come in and be able to do that.
Again, go back to that episode. It's fantastic. I will say that all of our episodes are really, really good. Again, I'm concentrating solely on those vendors that you think that you may not need, but they will make a huge difference on your wedding. Number 3, elevating your wedding with rentals. Again, if you have a venue, you may not necessarily think that you need rentals, and you may actually not. And when I'm talking about rentals, I'm talking about like actually renting a sofa or a bar or stunning pieces of furniture that can elevate someone's wedding. Obviously, for my wedding, I had to have rentals because it was a tent basically at a lake house outside. We didn't have any furniture, but I will say, like, even if you have a venue, interior designing for your wedding is a thing and can truly elevate and look so different than other weddings that people have attended. Consider that for your wedding. This is episode 17. And the name of the company that we did this interview with was Party Dallas. They're one of the best and the biggest ones here in Dallas, Texas, and they do weddings throughout the whole country.
Here's a quick video from that episode.
What I love about rentals is that they inject a lot of magic into your design and a lot of elevation to your overall guest experience and to your pictures, which we all know is what you get to keep forever. So while rentals may not be crucial, they can play a very important role. A lot of planners and designers and brides think that in order to work with us, you have to hit a really high minimum or that you have to use us for everything.
Yeah.
And that's not really true. We love to be a big part of it, of course, but we also don't mind being a small part of it. I really encourage people to reach out because our minimums are very low, especially when it's not really during a busy time. We usually try to make anything work.
You are a luxury brand who serves everyone, caters to everyone, basically.
Number 2 is creating a custom scent for your wedding. Now, this is something that I didn't get to do, and I so wish I had connected with this vendor before my wedding or while planning the wedding because I would have done it. My husband and I typically have dinner and we light a candle. Of course, whenever we go out on our special date nights, I wear perfume and he wears his cologne. Now, what you can do for your wedding and something that I was recommended to do by my own brides was to buy a special perfume that I normally don't wear and then just continue to spray it throughout the night. So every single time that I would go to the bathroom, I would spray it. And now I get to actually use it when we go to special dates. It brings me back to my special day course. This particular vendor, Malibu Apothecary, can help you create a scent that you can customize with your fiance. Whether you're picking a scent that she has already created, or you can actually create one on your own and experiment with it. You can basically spray it around your venue or put it in the AC system so your entire wedding will smell exactly how you want it to. That same scent can be converted into candles, so you can light it up when you're having dinner or even like give it to your mom or your friends that had attended the wedding. So every single time that you guys smell that, it's going to take you back to your day. And then lastly, you can also create a perfume or cologne with that special scent as well. So if you're interested in learning more, that is episode 27. Take a look.
Our sense of smell is our strongest trigger of memory above other, 5 senses. It's the only one that's directly connected to the part of the brain that's responsible for memory and learning and emotion. So our olfactory bulb is what processes scent. It's connected to the limbic system. So that's our hippocampus, thalamus, amygdala. And so all of those are responsible for those connections. That's why you can smell something and you're instantly kind of brought back to a place or memory. Work really closely with the bride and the groom, as much or as little as they want. Some people have a very specific vision of notes of gardenia, and I want notes of yuzu, and we went to Capri for our engagement, so lemon notes. And so it can be very specific, or it can be, I just want something really nice, maybe floral touches. We also like to get a vibe of the wedding flowers, the decor, the location. I like to hear a lot of the love story, so it feels more authentic. Where do you like to vacation? Where do you guys go? Where's your happy place? Or is there anything particular you like to cook together? When we love Italian, we use rosemary, so maybe incorporating notes of rosemary in it. It can be very specific, or it can kind of just be, something aesthetically beautiful as well.
And number one, last but not least, is wedding invitations. I know you're probably already on top of it. I will say that because my wedding was only 30 people and we had already spent a ton of money on different things that we didn't necessarily need, I was thinking to just do digital invitations. I thought it's going to be easier. We can make it super pretty. Justin was the one who told me to actually invest in invitations, because at the end of the day, the invitation is going to be the first glimpse to your entire night. The first impression that your guests are going to receive. If you nail your invitation and it's absolutely stunning, it will not only set the tone, but it's going to be a party that your guests are not going to want to miss. I'm not going to lie, they were way more expensive than I would have ever imagined. But at the end, because we loved it so much, I was able to put my wedding invitation in one of my pressed pieces that I did with my own wedding bouquet. Actually, going back to the pressed pieces and adding invitations, we have always gotten a ton of requests from brides adding their invitation, and I just did not get it. Why they would pick one piece and add an invitation, but now that we had so much input into that invitation, I totally get it. I even recommend people adding their special invitation to their piece, because it's a memento from that special day using your own wedding flowers.
And finally, here's a quick glimpse at that episode.
Hey, people, come look at this invitation. Anybody who came into the store, you have to see what we're working on. We do hear a lot that people say, oh, they're just going to throw it away. Oh, it's really not that important. It's actually one of the things from the wedding that you do tangibly have.
Every single one of our guests who received the invitation either sent a picture to us or commented on the invitation.
Awesome.
And it's trending a lot, like people adding their invitation to their preserved pieces. It's truly like the first glance at a whole wedding.
Yes, it should really kind of give a glimpse into what that day will be. They'll know kind of what's in store for them, and it won't be something that they want to miss.
Every single episode is so good, and I really hope that, while you're driving, you're going back and listening to them. But those are the 5 things that you may not think that you need. They will make a big impact on your wedding. I want your wedding to go as smooth as possible. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We would love to hear feedback from you. If you don't follow our flower preservation company on Instagram, make sure that you do. It's designs.by.andrea. Shoot me a DM. I always look at them, and I look forward to connecting. Happy holidays. We have so much in store for you guys, and I can't wait to see you next year. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Learn about all things wedding straight from the experts. Be sure to like and subscribe to Bridal Club.